What is up, Timbos? Captain here, Triple Storm, and the PlayStation 5 Teardown happened today on PlayStation's official channel. I'm gonna go through the entire teardown. I have watched it before, and I'm gonna go through it and kind of make a few points here and there, wherever is necessary. Let me just back this up a little bit. So I'm going to be going through, making a few points here and there about a few things that I've seen and basically give my comments on it. Now, please note, I am no technology expert. So some of the things that I will be saying won't sound as tech savvy and are basically just my own, what would I say? What's the word that I would use now? Just my observation and me putting in terms that anyone could understand. So let's begin. Okay, so that was a warning. Laser exposure, radiation.
PlayStation 5 です。
Yashiro Otaru.
104ミリ、高さ390ミリ、奥行き260ミリと、
Alright.
4より一回り大きくすることにより、
Alright.
性能力や静音性の面で飛躍的な性能向上を実現しました。
Alright, cool. So basically, alright, so that's this is the USB Type C. You can't see the SS here. So this will be the Type C port, and there's also a Type A port here, and there's two other ones there. I guess the other two are for the controllers, but these ones specifically are, I guess, to transfer data between them quickly, like for example when you make your gaming clips and stuff. So that's what I'm guessing those two are for.
USB Type C ポートと High Speed USB 対応の Type A ポート。右側には Super Speed USB 対応の
On the back now, as you can see, we have two Type A Super USB ports, 10 gigabytes per second transfer speed, which is really fast. So this is probably where you can load quicker games and load stuff from the other HD hard drives as well. As you can see, the LAN port, so you completely ditched the optical drive. I don't know if anybody remember there was an optical in on the PlayStation 4. I have one of the big fat ones, and there's an optical in there. Don't know why that is there, because like you're not using fiber optic cables at home, so yeah, why would that be there? But anyways, it was there, and some people liked it. I didn't really have a problem with it. I've never used it. And then you have the HDMI out right there. So we plug a HDMI cable, plug that to your TV, and then of course you have the AC in connector where you just plug that in and you're ready to go. Also, people, please remember, use the ones that comes like with the box, or if you're gonna like use a third-party one, get a really good one, because some of them, you have to understand, wires have peak-to-peak value, and some of the wires just can't keep up with what the specifications of the ones that they have. And then there's the front. So both sides of the top are ear vents. So these ear vents will be pulling in ear, right? So this is where all the ear will be coming in from, and it's designed in a way that it's hard to block. So this is where the other two ports are, I'm guessing, right? So you barely see them. I'm guessing these are where the other two ports are. It looks like two ports. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing these are two ports. I mean, it doesn't even look like two ports. It doesn't even look like there's anything there. So I'm guessing it's probably just a one port, but I guess it's just a one port then. But yeah, this is where the air is going to be pulled in to the fan, and again, it's designed in a way that it's going to be hard for you to block this up. All right. and then the entire rear side is just for exhaust. So pulling air through the front, and then everything, all the heat, everything just blows right out at the back. So it's just like this entire section here, all of this here is just to blow air out of the console, which is just an amazing thing when you think about just think about it. It's like all of this is just for exhaust, just to blow out air. That's just weird.
ケースを外します。縦置きの時はコインネジで固定されています。外したネジはスタンドの中に収納できます。
Alright, so as you can see, the stand, you would unscrew the stand from the base, so it needs to be sturdy to the base, just in case, because vibrations might cause the console to slip and vibrate to one direction based on how balanced the system is, and especially because the drive is in it, it's going to lean more to one side than the other, whichever side it leans to. So the vibrations might cause it to fall off, even though it doesn't vibrate much. Also, the fans vibrate too, even though you don't think about it, but the fan does vibrate, so that can happen. So they have to really secure it in, and then it has its own little spot, and then you can put this in and just attach that in, and then that's good, right? So you just stuff that in, and then that seals there, and then you just pin the base, and boom, just like that, screw secured. And then right there, you just snap that on the two squares. It just fits right in. And then just like that, your PS5 is on its side. Alright. So it's kind of muscle up to do that, but I'm guessing you wouldn't expect it to come off easy, which would be kind of stupid. But this side panel comes off much easier than the other side panel, right? So this is where the fan is, right? So it's one fan, believe it or not, it's one fan. These are where the dust collectors are, so they're placed close to the vapor chamber to collect dust, so you can vacuum them out through the holes, right? Which is interesting, cool. Something we kind of wish would happen, because like my PlayStation 4, you have to like pull the whole entire thing down in order to get like all of the dust out, right? And then you can just install your hard drive right there. So if you're one of the persons who like have the funds to just like buy what you need at launch, so you buy your PS5 at launch, you can just drop in a hard drive at the exact same time. And then right here now, that's the void warranty sticker. So the console design in a way that when you buy it as a consumer, you can maintain it to a level, so you can keep it clean by vacuuming out the dust. But like if you really need to like pull the whole thing down, then you definitely have to void the warranty for that, right? Which is something that I believe is a good thing, because you want to keep it, if you want to keep it clean, just vacuum it out. If you want to go more in depth, then you have to void your warranty, and then you're going on a whole different territory right there. So props for that, Sony. Alright, then you take off that, and then those looks like, so it doesn't look like there's a lot of wires, like hoops that you have to jump over, compared to like some other consoles, like some of the other previous generation consoles, right? But then the fan removal, you can see how big the fan is. The fan is 120 by 45 millimeters. It's a fairly big fan, right? So big enough that the fan spins slow to prevent noise, but it's it's not that big where it's just like ridiculous. So it's the Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. All right, for the people who like physical copies like myself. Right, so we could I'd probably get I'd probably get the all digital one though, just for like save some funds. But right, and then them they're using Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1, right? So two very advanced versions of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, right? So that's good, right? They're not really cut no corners to that on it. So that entire plate is just for cooling, right? And then that connects to this next plate, which then comes off from there. So I guess this side is probably all right, so that section right there. All right, so 8 cores, 16 threads. That's the CPU right there. 3.5 gigahertz Zen 2. Right. Then RDNA 2 based graphics engine. That's the GPU right there. Right. And then that's the GDDR6 RAMs. Notice how they space them for kind of prevent noise. Yo, that's smart. And then that's the SSD. Those are the SSD right there. And then I think they said I have a SSD custom SSD controller, kind of ensure that they get the maximum amount of processing power, speed from the SSD. My bad, not processing, speed from the SSD. Right. Right, and then now they increase the clock rate. So they really try to get as much as they can get out of it, right? All right, and then the thermal insulation metal. So they use liquid metal, and for those of you who don't know what liquid metal is a metal known as gallium. It's weird. It earns the name liquid metal because it melts at about 30 degrees Celsius or like 86 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on what unit of measurement you use in your country, right? But the thing with gallium is when gallium melts per se, it doesn't like melt. It gets to a liquid form, right? It's super conductive, very, very conductive, way more conductive than thermal pad and thermal paste. So, and it's not something that evaporates, so you don't have to worry about over time it evaporates or certain things start happen, like thermal pad eventually starts tearing and it starts to disintegrate and stuff, so you won't have to worry about that. So it should be this should be a good cooling solution for a very, very long time, right? Just one circuit board. All right, and this now the heatsink. The heatsink big your fret, but I prefer it. So let's say you use pipes and stuff. So them basically say them create it like a vapor chamber, in a design like a vapor chamber, which is smart, right? And then this is the power supply, right? So yeah, it's a 350 watt power supply, so it's not that it's not as intensive. So that's it, that's all the parts. And yeah, again, the power supply 350 watts, it's much smaller than most PC power supply, which is like anywhere between like 500 to 750 watts power supply, but is more than previous consoles, right? But still a good still good. It's a lot of screws though. I'm guessing it's to keep the console as sturdy as possible to prevent noise, right? Because most people complain about the noise. You ever hear chipper stream? Yeah, right? So no more of that. So chip PlayStation fix the problem for you. Yeah, and then that's everything, just one. So like basically the console itself is just the power supply, one motherboard, the heatsink, and the fan. That's basically everything else. Everything else that you see here, these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the main things in charge of cooling. This right here, this heatsink right here, the fan, and this one right here. These are things that are mostly responsible for cooling right now, right? And despite the shape, despite the memes, Sony did a good job making matter of fact, this brother deserve a flipping medal for the work I'm putting on the PlayStation 5, because you do good work. No, it's just to see the actual console in action now, to see how good the actual console runs and manages, and to see how long it takes before how long it can take before it can start show signs of wear and tear. Hopefully, of course, we not hope for anything to like happen to the PlayStation 5, like for any of them to start malfunction or anything, but you always have to take these things as a possibility with every new hardware. And with just things in general, you just have to, even though you're being optimistic, you still have to just know that there's a possibility that things might go wrong, and just be prepared to deal with it when things go wrong. But yeah, people, that was my analysis and my reaction, I guess, to the whole PlayStation 5 breakdown. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, please let me know. Like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time we drop a video. This is Triplet Storm, people. Hype for the PlayStation 5. Stay one by the Tumba, people, and take care.